Good morning, everybody. So this is your video tutorial on two-point perspective boxes in perspective. Once again, I'm just letting you know that boxes in perspective, you don't need the worksheet that I had provided for you in school and online through Microsoft Teams. You can draw every single thing out. The second tutorial that I'm going to create today is also your fantasy city or your fantasy building in perspective. Okay, these fantasy buildings are going to be in two-point perspective, but I don't mind if you do something fun and crazy in one-point perspective. But once again, I would like you to try two-point perspective. You do get a lot more credit for it. Okay, class, so here is our tutorial on boxes in perspective. Okay, boxes in perspective are for part of your two-point perspective packet. Two-point perspective. Okay, let's go over some of the things that are involved in two-point perspective. For one, you have your horizon line. When you're doing your two-point perspective, your horizon line is anywhere. Okay, if you were to create your own two-point perspective drawing, you need a horizon line. Okay, second, you need two vanishing points. So vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2. Okay, when you start creating your own boxes, you're going to need some vertical lines. These vertical lines start your corners of your box. Okay, so here's a vertical line. Okay, this vertical line is the corner, of your box. Okay, then from your vertical lines, you're connecting orthogonal lines. So each side, the left side and the right side, need orthogonal lines. So I'm going to go over this first line, and then I'm going to show you how you can do this particular sheet without having to print it out. So first, vertical line number 1, I'm going to connect the left side to the vanishing point 1. Okay, so that's the first step. And remember, from my first tutorial, I'm only using a Prismacolor red pencil just so it's a little bit easier for you to see it on video. And I'm also using a ruler where you can actually use a book. Okay, so if you have a small enough book, you can use it. Okay, so let's say I have a book and I want to connect this corner. I would just do it like so. Okay, make sure you have room on your desk to do it. All right, so I'm using the corner of my book. So this is the left side. I'm going to connect the right side to the vanishing point. Okay, now since I have my two orthogonal lines on each side, now I need two more vertical lines to match this. This is going to be parallel to this line. Now that's the beginning of my two-point perspective boxes in perspective. Okay, now what the heck do I do next? Now these boxes, this box, this box, this line, are all above the horizon line. Okay, so remember, this is a worm's eye view. You're seeing below those boxes. So since you're seeing below these boxes, you're going to see the bottom of the box. So I'm going to start connecting the corner on the right to the left vanishing point. I'm actually going to use my ruler because I don't have enough room to record it. So I'm going to connect this side to that. And then this side goes to this vanishing point. And that makes the bottom of your box. I'm going to shade it in just so you could see how my squares became three-dimensional boxes. Okay, so there you go. Just shade it in real quick. All right, first one. But okay, Mr. Wharton, I don't have a printer, so I can't print out this page. What do I do? Well, let me show you. So I'm going to set this aside right here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is start with a horizon line. So I'm going to do it maybe right in the middle of this page, and I'm going to draw my horizon line. Okay, let's do this. My horizon line right here. Now, remember, you want it to be horizontal. You want it to be, you don't want it to be angled. You want it to be straight across, okay, from left to right, as best as you can. Next, you need 2 vanishing points. So I'm going to set my vanishing points as far as apart from one another. So this is going to be vanishing point 1, and this is going to be vanishing point 2. Now, when you're doing your fantasy city, you might change these, but we're not going to get into that too much. That might confuse you at the moment, okay? So now what do I do? Now I'm going to go back and look at one of these lines. So let's look at this line right here, okay? So I might, if I'm fortunate enough to have a ruler at home, I'm going to measure how long this line is. Let's say you don't have it. You're going to kind of eye it up. I see that it's not too far away from this vanishing point, and I'm going to eye it up to see how far it is, and just take a guess. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? That's my guess. I didn't measure it. I just guessed to see how long that line is, okay? Then, let's see. I see this middle line right here. So I'm going to take a guess and draw one here. Then I'm going to look at this line over here. I'm going to take a guess, do a little one over here. Then I see another one right underneath the vanishing point. So I'm going to take this line and draw it right here. Okay. I see another one up here. So I'm going to draw one over here. Now I got something pretty similar. If you look at them both side by side, not too bad, okay? Like I said, your lines aren't going to be perfect, but as long as they're vertical, okay? You want a few above the horizon line, you want a few below the horizon line, and then a couple on the horizon line, okay? They're going to make your boxes look different depending on where you put them. All right, so now let's start creating some boxes in 2-point perspective. Okay, so first, let's take a look at this one, and I'm going to connect them. So, just to show you how you're going to do it, I'm going to try to show you the best without this red pencil and show you exactly what you're going to do with your pencil, okay? If you have a pen at home, you're probably in the same circumstance as I am with the pencil, the red pencil. But I'm going to do it with a regular pencil just to show you exactly what I mean. So I'm going to connect the corners of these lines to my vanishing point 2 and my vanishing point 1. And this helps me know that my orthogonal lines are disappearing into my vanishing points. Okay. Now I want to see how large I want to make this box. So I'm going to just choose. I'm going to do a vertical line to match this. Remember, these lines are always parallel. If this line is straight, this line is straight. Okay. And then I'm also going to do another vertical line on this side. Okay. Now, the outside lines that you see over here, I can erase them. So you erase these lines. You don't need them anymore. You're done with those. Okay. Now, I want to make the top of this box, because this is a bird's eye view. When it falls underneath the horizon line, you're going to see on top of that box. So let's connect this corner to this vanishing point from left to right, and then connect this one to this vanishing point from right to left. Okay, so if you have extra, remember, you're just going to erase that. And there's my box. Okay, not perfect, but there's your box. You can shade it in so you can look at the three-dimensionality of it. Okay, looks pretty good. Let me do this box that's above the horizon line, and I'll do one that's on the horizon line, and hopefully that'll help you out with your 2-point perspective boxes. Okay, so connect the right side to the vanishing point 2. Okay, I didn't do a good job on that one, did I? let's do it much better than that. Okay, see, Mr. Wharton makes mistakes too. You want to have nice, straight, even lines. Okay, now back to my vertical lines to match that. I need one on the left side. I need one on the right side. Okay, now same thing that I did with this one. This right side needs to go to the left. And this left side needs to go to the right. And it really happens so quick, right before your eyes. Now you see this box. You got the bottom and the sides. And now you just erase all the extra lines, all the extra orthogonal lines that you don't need. Okay? I'm going to actually outline it in red so you can see it a little bit better. I don't know if you can see it too well in regular pencil, but I just want to make sure you see it. Okay. Okay, there's your three-dimensional box. Okay, I'll shade this bottom in. All right, so there's another one for you. Now let's do one more. I'm going to show you the one that's on the horizon line. I think I'm going to try this one just because it's a little bit larger and it's in this area. So now my lines are kind of getting jumbled up. They're so close to one another, but that doesn't matter. You can still create your boxes nice. Okay, so I'm going to connect the right to left. And left to right. Okay, now I need some vertical lines to match this one. So I'm going to do one here, and I'm going to do one here. Okay, and now let's get rid of all these extra lines on the outside that I created to create a mess. All right, and believe it or not, you are done with that box. I know, that was quick. Why am I done with this box? Well, when it falls on the horizon line, when the line falls on the middle, you're not going to see the top and you're not going to see the bottom. Okay, you're only going to see the left side and the right side of the box. Okay, so just to show you that your box became three-dimensional, I'm just going to shade it in a little bit. Shade it in. Okay, I'm actually going to use a big blending stick. For those of us who remember, there's tortillions. This is actually called a blending stump. Okay, so I'm just going to shade it in a little bit just to make it nice. All right, so since you're home doing your schoolwork, you can take your time and really make your artwork fun. Okay, now if you don't have a blending stump or tortillion or any of that at home, it's not a problem. There's plenty of things that you can use at home that are helpful. Simple as a paper towel. Okay, so if I shade the right side over here, I could blend it in with a paper towel. Now these are extra things that you can do for your artwork. You know, like I said, you're home, you want to make everything look nice, you have the time to do it, so might as well take care in your artwork. Okay, really try to make things stand out as best as you can. okay? When you blend things in with paper towels or stumps, your edges get a little blended in. So of course, take your time to erase and make things look nice and neat. Okay. You could be, you can experiment. Maybe you want to use a little red after you did that. Make it look nice. All right. And these are the fun things that you get to do with art. All right, so I hope this 2-point perspective box tutorial helped you out. If you need help doing something else, let me know. I'm going to send out a second tutorial today, most likely on doing your rough draft of your fantasy city. Now, some of you were creating draft drawings for your city that you're going to do influenced by Max Zorn, that you're going to do on the light boxes that I created. So you can create that, or you're going to do your draft of your fantasy building. Okay, so that will be the second tutorial. I will see everyone later. I hope everyone's having a great weekend.